Mr. Rewane, set the stage for the economy for us in 2021.
Okay. 2021 was what we call the ups, downs, and the bumpy road. Economics has moved from just being a data science to being a well-being science. So one thing is to have strong data, but you must also have the well-being of the people. So the question is, in 2021, we had some good news. We also had some difficult times, but we also have some challenges. So let us start. I'm going to take the country and viewers through 14 items that were strong, right? Let's start from that. First and foremost, positive growth, 4.03 in the third quarter. But don't forget there was a base year because you grew negatively by -6 the previous second quarter. So doing 5 or 4% from the base is important. But also, and that's why we're saying that strong data and perplexed people. What does a perplexed man mean? How does he feel? He's completely baffled and puzzled. He can't understand why there's strong data, but what I hear, what I see, and how I feel are three different things. That's the issue. So let us start from the GDP numbers are positive. Total factor productivity, that is the way we have utilized our stock of capital, is also positive. Inflation has gone down from 18% to 15%. The gross external reserves are up by 14% to $40 billion. The price of oil, $78, 81% above the previous year. And oil drives the economy. So that means that you and I and everybody should be feeling better. The budget expenditure for 2022, which was signed today, is 20.6% higher than that of 2021. Now, we are commissioning the largest petrochemical fertilizer and refinery project in the world sometime in 2022. We have the fertilizer plant. Price of fertilizer, meanwhile, has gone up by over 200% because of the current shortages in the world. Corporate profits were up by 30.8% to about 1.3 trillion naira. The stock market is up by, today closed at 5.6%. Nigeria raised $547 million from 5G auction alone 2 weeks ago. We also raised $4 billion from the Eurobond market. We had some money from the IMF, had the SDRs. Airline passengers up by 17%. But that's the good news. Let us now go why people are perplexed. Income per capita dropped by 3% to $2,100. The naira lost 55% of its value in over 3 years, from 363 naira to $1 to 566 naira to $1 today in the parallel market. We've had 2 recessions in 5 years. Life expectancy is 55.75%, the 4th lowest in the world. In other words, say if you are a Ghanaian, you are going to live about 6 or 7 years longer than your Nigerian counterpart. Unemployment is at 33%. The misery index is at 48.7. 93.9 million people are in multidimensional poverty. Road accidents last year up by 4.57%. That is 5,101 people died in road accidents. Diaspora remittances also fell. So, what does it tell you? The most important thing here is that official inflation is coming down. But people say, well, how come? I'm having problems. So what we did was to carry out what we call we created a synthetic basket made up of 9 items. The first item was, so while the official inflation data is showing 15.4%, that means the prices of goods increased by, between last year and this year, increased by 15%. That's the national basket and across the country. We now looked at Lagos alone, just for a second. And we took one item, number one item, we took cooking gas. It was, December last year, it was 3,600. Now, it went all the way to 10,000, but it's now 8,200, which is 127% higher than. We took rent of a flat in the mainland of Lagos, which was 600,000, went up to 900,000, which is up 50%. Flight ticket between Lagos and Abuja, 36,000 in December last year, now it's 73,000 return. Diesel was 195 naira a litre December last year. It is 350 naira a litre this year. A bag of flour was 13,500 naira a bag last year. It's now 21,500, 52%. Sardine was 350 naira, Titus sardine. Last year, December, it's now 600 naira. Chicken was 1,500, now 2,200. Olonyi beans was 21,000. Last year, it's now 56,000, 166%. And table water was 50 naira, now 100 naira. The synthetic basket had an average increase of 88%, while the national basket had an average increase of 15%. So what does that mean? But interestingly, the top 5 companies made a total of 788 billion naira in profit after tax. They paid taxes of 386 billion naira. To put in perspective, 788 billion naira is more than what all the states in Nigeria and federal government share in 1 month. So 5 companies made that profit. So it can't be that bad if everybody's making money. And they employed more than 250,000 people. The next slide tells you that what you look like. We're talking about COVID and health. In 2017, the average weight size of a Nigerian was this, and by 2021, it slimmed down a little bit because of COVID.
It's quite fit.
Quite
It
fit.
became fit.
Right, so in the last 5 years, let's look at, we looked at last year and this year. The last 5 years, 12 indicators, 6 green, 6 negative, and 1 neutral. But the most important thing is that we mentioned this. The Economist published its pocketbook of numbers that came out 2 days ago. The fastest growing cities in terms of population in the world. Of the 20 fastest growing cities in population in the world, 5 are in Nigeria. The fastest growing city in terms of population in Nigeria and number 5 in the world is Nnewi. Population has grown by 29.6%. Abuja, 28.4%. Uyo, 28.3%. Port Harcourt, 25.6%. Onitsha, 24.9%.
Lagos is not even on the list.
No, Lagos is depopulating. People, it's hard to survive here. In Lagos, you spend 1,080 hours a year in traffic. And that comes to, if your average lifespan is 55 years, you spend 6 years of your life in traffic by living in Lagos. So, Nigeria, the sleeping giant being awakened. Good news is that Nigeria's GDP is $432 billion. It's largest in Africa. 19% of African GDP is Nigeria. African exports, 20% come from Nigeria, and imports, 17% come to Nigeria. So, when you look at the countries that we compare ourselves with, Nigeria is still the largest GDP, and its growth rate is 4.03. So, compared to South Africa, Ghana, and Angola, Nigeria is not doing badly at all. Now, big elephant in the room is the currencies. When you look at the currencies of Nigeria, of African countries, we took 4 of them. Angola, oil producing country like Nigeria. In the last year, they are the only ones that their currency appreciated. They appreciated by 13%. But over 3 years, the Angolan currency has dropped by 83%. The Nigerian currency has dropped by 55% in value in 3 years. Ghana, 25%, and South Africa, 9%. So, the point is that Nigeria has more exports than these countries. Why will this currency be weaker? Because there are some structural problems, and that is it's work in progress. And now, what's going to happen next year? First half of the year is economic policies and reforms. Second half of the year is politics, politics, and politics. Then we looked at, do the elections have a negative impact on economic activity? Normally it happens because investors are worried. But if you look at Nigeria in 2015, the graphs show you that 2015, when there was an election, actually the economy was a bit unstable. In 2019, it did better. So the Nigerian economy defies electoral. And why is it going to defy? Because this time, the election is probably going to be more transparent than it was because of technology. Edo State, Anambra State, and all the elections are showing that people have to be accountable. It is easier to govern properly than to bribe people. So there's no guarantee that the people you are bribing are going to vote for you. So we have two scenarios as we close out this presentation. One is the bullish scenario, where the price of oil goes up to $120 a barrel, production up to 1.9 million barrels, subsidies are removed, Dangote refinery and petrochemical were launched, the exchange rate appreciates to 520, inflation maintains the downward trend to 13%, and election spending boosts the economy. The impact is beautiful. There's the base case scenario where we say the price of oil stays at 80, production at 1.8, exchange rate appreciate because of proper management. We believe that the central bank will do the right thing, and the exchange rate will appreciate to 530. Inflation will rise first and then drop later on, and external reserves will decline because we are using it to support the currency. So all we can say is Happy New Year.